going to be me showing you guys how I create my realistic life-size pickle rigs, so you can see how big it is and see my process of going through it, what it looks like and how cool it really is. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to go ahead and I'll speed it up. We'll go through the whole process of creating the mold or the cast from the mold, and then after that I'll go through the whole process of me painting it and the final product. So let's see how it goes. So this is actually the base. I'll be pouring this one separately. And this is the 2-pour mold for the pickle rig. And it's pretty heavy. This weighs about 30 pounds. And you can see it's a 2-pour mold. Okay, so let's go ahead and demold it and see. It's been 15 minutes. You can see it's completely white compared to the first thing. So we'll demold the base first, because I know this one came out very well. So what you do is you kind of just peel it all away. And once you do that, you have to kind of flip it, pop it out. So this is now the top half of the pickle rig. Or yeah, so the open side's the top half. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna take this out, clean him up a little bit, and we'll go from there, show you what he looks like, and then we'll go through the process of painting him. So we just got done doing the casting and the silicone molds that I made. So what I did actually after that part is I cleaned up those resin pieces, got rid of the residue that was on them, and then went outside and actually primed them with a gray primer. And that led to this product right here. So now you can actually see a lot more detail, looks really clean. And now he's basically ready for painting. He is ready for painting actually. I just gotta do my base first to build up the detail. And he also comes with a base. The base is pretty cool. You can see the rat has his little brain hanging out, some bones, tissues, gore, intestines. And it's a really fun project to actually work on. What's really cool about each one of these pieces is each piece is individual and no piece is alike, which is really one of my favorite parts and aspects of this is I get to create unique pieces that no one else will have. So it's very easy for me to tell which one's whichever. And I apologize for the noise. I actually have another project going on right now, so I'll show you that really quick. Not as easy as it looks. So this is actually another project that's printing. The black pieces over there on that little cylinder are actually the heads for it. That's going to be my Hydreigon project. That's another video I'm working on congruently with this video. Okay, it works. So I'm gonna go ahead and start painting. I'm actually gonna do the time lapse with my GoPro. The reason for that is I can actually take photos, or so many photos every minute, every 5 seconds, something like that. And that makes it a lot easier. I don't feel like any of you would really want to sit there for 8 hours and watch me paint. It doesn't necessarily take me 8 hours. I do take my time with these figures. I think each figure has gone down to 2.5 hours. First one I painted did take me 8 hours, and that was a struggle. But it's fun, it's a learning process. I had never painted before. This was actually the first figure that I ever painted. So it was really awesome to learn through that experience to build upon additional talent that I could use in the future. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm actually gonna go to the GoPro and we'll start painting, getting everything going, and yes, let's do this. So here's the base of one of them, so you can kind of see. And then I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna actually do the detailing. So it looks bad, even to me. Like when I first did this process, I thought it looked horrible. I spent 8 hours because I kept fixing everything, not realizing that you don't have to fix it until you get to the end. So even when I show you the pickle Rick, you're probably gonna laugh. That's why I showed you the base first. Because right now it just looks like a spooky ghost. So this is Pickle Rick, the base coat, and it looks really sloppy. And that's, you don't need to worry about painters. Anybody else who's listening to this or watching this video, you realize their first early stages of everything looks horrible. But I don't like looking at them much either. So as soon as I get done with the detailing and everything else, I will show you the turntable and what it looks like from this to the final product. And it's actually incredible. The first time that I was painting one of these, it took me so long, and the second time I was like, I'm just gonna see what happens. I did my own experimentation, and that's how you learn new things. You experiment, you change things up, you see what works and what doesn't work. And if you don't ever do something new, you'll never learn and grow. So I highly encourage you doing different things. This time is actually the first time I painted their mouths entirely black. I'm gonna go back over with all the white layer and paint their tongue. But I did that because I wanted to get all the crevices inside of there and make it stand out more than white. So I'm gonna go ahead and start with the time-lapse video of me detailing them. So for you guys, it's gonna be really quick. For me, it's gonna be pretty exhausting. So I might actually go, work out, eat some food, hang out, play with some Pokemon, just do the normal thing, and then I'll do the time-lapse video. But to you guys, it'll be like, remember when I said it was probably going to be, or I was going to do a lot of stuff between when I finished it? I did a lot of stuff. I had a whole weekend. So it's done. The Pickle Ricks look amazing. So I'll actually show you one of them right now. So after you detail them and you do everything to make them look really pretty, they turn out really good, really well. They look amazing, I feel like. I use real screws and real metal for the leg. I actually sculpted it when I made these, sculpt the screw and the metal hinge on his leg. But due to the actual mold, it doesn't hold up well. So I actually have to cut it off when I pour the resin after it's done hardening and get rid of those pieces. And then here is the base. Base pretty simple, nothing crazy about it. So you can see it's actually really detailed as well. It doesn't take too much to make the base look detailed. It's not the focal point, so I'm not worried about making that look extremely detailed or painted the best. I want to make it look kind of dirty like a sewer, so I'm not exclusively worried on making this piece look too magnificent. Now what's really cool about these two is they actually interlock with each other. So when I designed it, I actually made it so that the ear on the rat holds down the foreleg, or the shin I guess, of Pickle Rick, and then the other side sits on the side of his butt. So what you do is you actually slide him into place, and I'll show a better video of this later, and he stands all by himself. So you can actually hold him. I don't want to wiggle him too much, but you can actually see it holds him in place. You don't have to do much, and I thought it was a really cool mechanism. I spent probably 3 hours trying to design something that I really liked, that worked well, that people could just stand and not have to worry about it falling off their shelves. I still get timid holding it because, ooh, like that. I'm trying to scare you guys. But it was a really fun build, a really fun sculpt, and I hope that you guys are able to see the love and attention I put into sculpting, detailing, and painting these figures. I really like them. They're really cool, and I hope to produce a lot more in the future so everybody can enjoy them, or those who want one can enjoy it. So I'll go ahead and do a turntable. I really appreciate you watching this video. Please subscribe, give me a thumbs up, a like, yeah, and we'll go from there. Love you, bye.